There's something different that hits you every day as a bride-to-be. One day it's uncontrollable laughter, one day it's tears. It's a roller coaster of emotions for sure. Jillian, I need you. The emotions are running wilder than me than in a Prada store. We're going to get you all ready to hop on this wedding dress shopping train and you won't want to get off. It's going to be more fun than you could ever imagine. Welcome to Style to Wed, where we answer all of your wedding dress shopping questions and have fun while doing it. I'm Sydney Sadik, bride-to-be, entertainment and style expert, founder and editor-in-chief of Spotlight Magazine, and author of Aim High. Today, I'm here with Jillian Forsberg from Dress Gallery out of Wichita, Kansas, and together we're going to help everyone understand the emotional journey that a bride has when buying a dress and the best ways to handle it all.
Hi, I'm Jillian Forsberg. I'm the sales manager at Dress Gallery in Wichita, Kansas, and I've been in bridal for 16 years. I like meeting new people. I like making sure they look their best and feel their best, but one of the best things that I do is making sure that women who are nervous coming in to shop for their dresses all of a sudden feel really comfortable in my presence. I'm most passionate about when a bride has something she loves, and maybe the people in the group don't quite feel that same way. I feel like I've created a little bond with her in the dressing room, and all of a sudden I go out and I announce, hey, she really likes this one, then she makes a grand entrance. That feels good to have someone who I feel like is an ally, and then the group all of a sudden likes the dress too. My favorite tip to give brides is to make sure before you go shopping, you have a clear vision that you share with your group members about what you're looking for and what you're not looking for.
So, Jillian, give us the lowdown on what it's like to meet these brides for the very first time.
It's really a mixed bag. Sometimes they come in and they are so excited to be there, they're confident, they're glowing, and sometimes they come in and I shake their hand and I can feel them trembling.
Okay, you're describing me right now because I feel like that's how I've been in a couple of my dress appointments. It's so true. And how to know that the dress is really the one? How do you know?
It's also a mixed bag. Sometimes I can see the goosebumps rise up the back of a bride. I'm zipping her dress and there they come. And there's this release and she says, oh, and that's it.
This is
and
it.
She knows. And sometimes I have that analytical bride who doesn't know. And every once in a while, that analytical bride will take a lot longer to understand that she's allowed to have an emotional moment. But within that comes, does everybody in the room like this? Am I supposed to like this dress? Is it too early to like this dress? I think the answer is, if it feels right, kind of like when you met your future spouse.
When you know, you know.
You know.
I put my dress on for the first time. I knew immediately. I got my mom's sign of approval and I was like, this is it.
How did you feel? Were you excited? Were you
I
nervous?
was excited. I really wasn't nervous. You know, as someone who loves fashion, I love dressing up. I felt like this was, another moment to just have fun with clothing. But like you said, when you put that dress on that you just feel your most confident in, that's when you know that's the winner. You don't need to try any more on.
That's nice, but I will say some brides don't have that feeling. Some
True.
brides try on 100 or more dresses, and by the end of it, they're using that part of their brain that says, I have to nitpick every single little thing that I do. But at that point, I'll look at the bride and say, hey, take a big deep breath and allow yourself to feel your feels. Your mom is crying, your sister's having a moment right now, I'm grabbing the tissues for you. You can have an emotional moment if you want one, but it always doesn't come with tears. Sometimes it actually comes with just pure joy. They walk out of the dressing room and they're like, oh my gosh, I look amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, you do. Do you want to feel this way on your wedding day, or do you want to feel that teary emotional thing? So for me, it's also looking at that bride and saying, allow yourself to feel joy, even if you don't feel like crying. That can also be a really positive thing. And then they're ready to say yes to the dress.
These are all good tips. Feel the feels, that's the takeaway. Let's take a tiny step back and chat a little bit about the dress shopping appointments. To all of you brides-to-be out there, I think the stores that I went to truly believed that I was actually getting married in their store that day. I had my nails done, I had my hair styled, I was waxed, you name it. You guys don't need to do any of that though. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel pretty and comfortable. That's what counts.
I agree with you. And I will say a lot of my brides don't show up like that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're so nervous to be there that they don't really think about what it might look like if they have a messy bun or if they're all done up. But it does make a difference. The other thing that makes a big difference is knowing when you're getting married and where you're getting married. Season and setting. You would never shop for a major event without knowing those things, right?
Totally.
Yeah, so you have to come into your appointment knowing when and where you're getting married. A December wedding in Colorado is going to be way different than a wedding on a beach in July. So making sure to have those things in place before you step foot into a bridal store is key to having a successful appointment.
I feel like it's also important to have some inspiration when you're going in, also to know silhouettes that look good on you. A lot of the wedding dresses are very much based off of silhouettes that we wear in everyday, dresses. So I think it's good to have some sort of sense of what you like.
You're right. Absolutely. I also think it's really key to remember there are brides who are getting married who are nurses and they wear scrubs, and they haven't put a dress on in years. So sometimes you're in this discovery phase where you have to figure out what does look good on me. That's where I come in, but I do need to know an aesthetic. If you want to go full boho, let's do it. If you're looking for something modern with absolutely no embellishment, I need to know that you like that. That also comes along with making sure that you have photos of what you like, or I do have some brides who bring in photos of what they hate.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
To know what you hate is to know what you love as well. This is why we need you, Jillian. This is why everyone needs a stylist who they love. And Jillian, tell us how brides-to-be really prepare for these appointments.
Do your research. First thing you have to do is find the style of dress you like. That will lead you to a designer. It's like a funnel. Once you know the designer, you can figure out what store carries it. Once you find that store, you can read their reviews or get on their website and find a consultant that you think you're going to click with. After that, you make your appointment and you roll in with your entourage.
This makes so much sense, Jillian. I mean, I know that my mom and I, we really tried, to think about all these different components just to have clarity and to have some control as a bride-to-be. I know that always eases me, just kind of having some sort of a plan. So it's really important to do that. All right, we saved our favorite question for last. If you're tuning in and also have Bravo on in the background, turn it off and listen up. This is an important one. Jillian, how does a bride-to-be know when to trust their bridal consultant during shopping for their dress?
There are a few key things you're going to know right off the bat. One, hopefully you've chosen your consultant from the list of available consultants from a store's website, but you also need to understand that when you come in and you meet them for the first time, that first impressions are everything. Are they curious? Are they interested in you? Are they dismissive of you? You can always request a different consultant as you're shopping, but if that consultant shows up ready to work with you, excited, ready to see your ring, ready to find something for you that feels like a good fit, and they care about you in the dressing room, and they respect your wishes with budget and size and aesthetic, the first dress will give you everything you need from that consultant. If they're listening to you in the first dress you like, even if it may not be the one, then you can roll with them from there. But you also need to be open and willing to share with them what you're searching for and what you expect the next dress to be. That consultant will listen with really, really good skills, and then they'll guide you in that beautiful process of finding the right thing for you.
I feel like everything that you're describing, Jillian, also really shows how much experience that you probably want in your bridal consultant, right? So someone who's, not just done this, for the last couple of weeks, someone who's done this many times like yourself. So having that is absolutely key.
I agree. I think it's important to have an experienced consultant, but that doesn't necessarily mean that someone who's new isn't going to have that passion. Some of my new consultants actually have more passion than I do when it comes to a new bride. They're so excited to be able to touch a wedding dress that day. For me, it's not a run-of-the-mill thing though. Don't get me wrong. I don't get into the habit. It doesn't become boring. Every single bride for me is an experience that I get to share with them as well. And it becomes emotional for me too.
Such amazing insights, Jillian. Thank you so much. There were so many things that we talked about that I literally never associated to dress shopping before, but should have. And you are an absolute styling goddess, so anyone who visits Dress Gallery is one lucky bride.
Thank you so much. This has been really fun.
So fun, thank you. So don't go anywhere, all of you brides-to-be. We're going to be spending some time styling with Madeline Gardner, the creative mastermind behind the Morilee Madeline Gardner brand. Stick around. Styling tip 101, let's talk all about sizing. Madeline, one thing that I absolutely love about your brand is that you design for women of all body types and sizes. Why is it important to you to be an all-inclusive designer?
Well, I've always felt that all brides want to look beautiful. So for me to have sizing from 0 to 32W in bridal is really important. We dress brides across the world, all different shapes and sizes, and it's important that every one of them feels so special in that dress and that it fits perfectly.
And we have a dress right here, you guys, that shows how all women can look amazing in Madeline's designs. Tell us about this dress right here.
So this is a beautiful classic ball gown with embroidery. It has this gorgeous draped top. I'm showing it to you in a size 4 and a size 14. Again, this goes up to a size 32W. And that means that that's a curvy bride, really full-figured bride, which is amazing. And as you can see, This is fully boned, it has great structure, but it looks beautiful on both sizes.
It does. The dress has very much the same effect on both women, which is great. It cinches in at just the right places. It shows the skin up on their chest area. Like, they both just look effortless and sexy, and they look really confident and happy in these.
Exactly, and we do all silhouettes in all sizes because every bride is different. Some people love to show off their curves and that sexier shape, and some people want to be more classic in the ball gown or an A-line.
Exactly. Something, by the way, that I experienced when I went dress shopping is the dress sizes that I, was in gowns and bridal gowns was totally different than what I wear in normal ready-to-wear clothes. Why do women's sizes differentiate when it comes to bridal wear?
Well, this is such a unique garment. So imagine this is the one garment in your life that's really at a couture level. You're going to be measured, you're going to be fitted. It's not like you're just buying a dress off the rack.
Right.
So every designer has different sizing. Our sizing runs on the fuller side, but that being said, if you're a size 4 in a regular dress, you may be a 6 or an 8 in a bridal because it's a fitted garment and we want it to fit perfectly.
And I think people at home need to remember that you don't have to take those numbers so literally. It's not about the number. It's about how you feel and what you're wearing. That's what matters most.
Right, and it's really important to take that direction from the stylist in store because they are the pros. They're going to measure you perfectly. They're going to follow our size chart to order you the proper size, and then they're going to fit it to you so that on your wedding day, it's absolutely perfect.
And that's the truth, especially with women, right? Our bodies, they fluctuate or never the same. I know that I'm definitely not, and that's why having fittings are so wonderful because they're there to make sure that you're perfect for your wedding day, right? Exactly. I know we have more styling tips for all of you at home, so make sure to stay tuned.